NFL's New England College Football Game of the Week returns to the College of the Holy Cross today as the Crusaders host their longtime rival, the Harvard Crimson. First-year coach Tim Murphy has brought a new offensive system to Harvard, and his success relies upon the performance of many young players. Junior quarterback Vin Ferraro was named ECAC Player of the Week for his opening game victory against Columbia. Harvard's rushing success has been due to a pair of young tailbacks. Junior Quayle Thompson and Eon Hu share starting duties, and each averages over 4 yards per carry. For Holy Cross, offensive success has risen dramatically each game as freshman wide receivers have complemented the strong running of freshman tailback J.R. Waltz.
He's got a little running room again. Waltz gets it loose over the 35.
So stay in your seats as the Crusaders of Holy Cross take on the Harvard Crimson next on Sports Channel. College Football and Sports Channel is brought to you by GMAC Financial Services, the Expressway Home. And by NYNEX, which introduces new Centrix Plus, the affordable phone system designed just for small business. The towers on the hill here at Fitton Field in Worcester, Massachusetts. You saw the tailgaters earlier. The leaves are starting to turn. All the traditions of autumn. And another great tradition of autumn around here is Harvard and Holy Cross meeting for the 49th time. And they'll do it right here at Fitton Field in Worcester. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Lynch along with former Patriot linebacker Steve Nelson. And Steve, we got two clubs here at the crossroads. 0-3 for Holy Cross. Harvard at 1-1. One of these two teams is going to take a giant leap forward today.
That's right, Mike. There's two teams that are really searching for their identities. And Holy Cross, as you said, 0-3, badly need a victory. They only have 4 home games. This is their second one this year. Harvard, on the other hand, having a new head coach, really wanted to establish their own identity.
Harvard's new head coach, of course, is Tim Murphy, who took over for the legendary Joe Restic. Tim grew up in Kingston here in Massachusetts, went to Springfield, just a couple of exits down the Massachusetts Turnpike, and he's trying to get the Crimson cranked up after a win and a loss.
Well, they had a real poor performance last week against Bucknell, and here's a guy who's been successful at a lot of different stops, and he's finally back home.
And the guy who will run his offense for him is quarterback Vin Ferraro, a junior, a big guy who can run and a guy that can throw.
And this is important for Tim Murphy's ball club. You have a veteran quarterback, the most important position on the field. You got a lot of young kids surrounding him. So Vin Ferraro is a big role today as his leadership.
All right, and just a couple of moments ago, we had a chance to talk with Harvard coach Tim Murphy. We asked him what would be some of the keys to a Crimson victory today.
I think the biggest key, Steve, are who makes the least mistakes. We played almost error-free football in our first game and got a win. Second game, we made a lot of mental mistakes, some mistakes in the kicking game, and really got blown out. So I think if we play the type of football we're capable of, we can certainly win today.
Harvard's defense will have to contend with a Holy Cross offense that is triggered by their quarterback, Andy Fitzpatrick.
Andy's a good one. Andy's a big kid, strong, a real strong arm. He can run pretty well. He won't slide, Mike. This kid will take on those defensive backs and linebackers, and he is a big key because he's an experienced guy. They're 0-3 right now. They need a spark, and Andy's got to provide it.
And he's a guy that's coming off a serious knee injury from a year ago. Another guy who'll be carrying a great deal of the load on offense will be their freshman running back, J.R. Waltz.
Freshman running back, and Peter Voss is highly tuned to his abilities. He's the one guy that can break it for Holy Cross, and as we see against UMass, he's a terrific runner, only a freshman.
All right, and in our conversation with Holy Cross coach Peter Voss, he couldn't stress enough how important it is for Holy Cross to get a win right now.
Oh, Michael, I tell you what, we need one very, very badly, and we can't be concerned with it. We just have to go out and play one play at a time as hard as we can possibly play, and then forget that play the next play as hard as we can play it.
Well, this should be awful fun here, Nelly. I think we might see an awful lot of points on the board.
I think so. Defense has not been a big strong point for either team, and a lot of good offensive players. 2 veteran quarterbacks. The ball is going to be in the air.
Great afternoon for football here in Worcester. We're glad you could join us. Steve and I will be back with the kickoff right after this break.
The RCA Home Theater with SRS gives you rich, powerful theater-like sound with no extra speakers or wires. when there's one in the neighborhood, you'll know it.
The next showing of RCA's Home Theater is at Leechmere.
Well, I'll be on my way then.
I made you something.
Why's he leaving, Mama?
He heard that one day folks is gonna colorize us.
Edit us.
And add commercials. He whooped the whole darn county. But he just couldn't stand up to that.
For uncolorized, uncut, commercial-free classic movies, watch American Movie Classics.
Soccer, the world's most followed sport, now comes to America. You can honor this great event with a special collection of official stamps, first day covers in coin, honoring the modern-day greats of the game. Argentina's Diego Maradona, Colombia's Carlos Valderrama, and Italy's Giuseppe Giannini. These official commemorative stamps come in a special World Cup trifold case with a team groupings printed on the wallet. You'll also receive this exciting commemorative World Cup limited edition coin if you hurry while supplies last. This offer is available on a first-come, first-served basis, and it comes with its own certificate of authenticity. You get the first-day cover, the commemorative coin, and the souvenir wallet, all for only $29.95. Here's how to order.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-219-7600 or send check or money order for $29.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to SSCA World Cup Soccer Stamps plus Coin, P.O. Box 2424B, Grand Central Station, New York, New York. That's 1-800-219-7600.
Well, we're back at Fitton Field. Harvard will kick off. They're wearing their traveling crimson helmets. Well, they wear the helmets all the time, but their white jerseys and their crimson helmets. There's the look at the weather as the flag is blowing. Beautiful day for football. The series started way back in 1904, and Harvard won a year ago in a game that produced the most points ever scored between these two teams. There's something for you, Steve. See this guy right here? That's Anthony Pignio. He is the kicker. He went to Coach Peter Voss this week and said, Coach, I want to help out this club any way I can. Let me run back kicks. So the kicker, Pignio, is going to field the opening kickoff 5 yards deep in the end zone, and he wisely will drop to one knee. He was an all-state running back in high school in New Jersey. Somehow I just can't see Matt Barr or John Smith running back kicks. Can you?
No, I can't. It's too bad they had it down that one. I'm sure he was excited and wanted to, as he told Peter Voss, to get something started for Holy Cross.
There's a look at Andy Fitzpatrick. He will run the offense for the Crusaders in their home purple uniforms. 1st and 10, Holy Cross. We're just underway here. They start at their own 20-yard line, and getting outside is J.R. Waltz for a pickup of about 3. There's a quick look at the GMAC starting lineups. Trivers, Waltz, Splain, Laborante, and Cooney. And the linemen will be Claro, Fittipaldi, Nico, Walker, and Zimmerowski up front. 2nd down and about 6 to go for the Crusaders, looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-3. Harvard comes in at 1-1. Waltz again on 2nd down, and he gets very little. John Brown in on the tackle. Brown's teamed up front with Dougie Anderson, Tom Rinaldi, and Brian Johnson. And they'll be backed up by Kevin Dwan, who's a rover, Justin France, Jack Knight, and Eddie Kinney. And in the secondary, Cleet Johnson, Jeff Compass, and Nathan Tyrell. 3rd and 7 for Holy Cross. At their own 23-yard line. Fitzpatrick on 3rd down, swings it out to Waltz. Waltz needs to get to the 30, and he's stopped just shy. Zach Knight in on the stop, and it'll force a 4th down. And they need about the length of a hand, I think, to reach the 30-yard line, and the punt team comes on.
Well, so far we've seen Waltz handle the ball 3 times. He's a freshman running back and one of the guys that can really produce big plays for Holy Cross.
Pignio is going to do the punting as well. He's the place kicker. He's returning kicks today. There's a low snap, and he can't kick it, and he's going to get a 1st down. Look at Pignio. He's across midfield. And Pignio may go. How about this? Were it not for John Ponasuk.
We'll have to take a look at this again, Mike, but I think this was a planned fake off the punt. You've got a new punter on, and it's a bad snap. And as you can see, he said, Coach Voss, I want to make something happen. He does very early in the game. Runs like that anymore, he'd be playing
tailback. He may be too tired. If he had scored, he may have been too tired to kick the extra point. So Holy Cross surprise. There's a look at Pignio.
It's a great play when you're 0-3, and obviously from the scouting, Harvard was undisciplined in their punt rush, and Holy Cross certainly took advantage of it. Holy Cross, by the way, are going to rotate their backs frequently during the course of the game.
On second down, Fitzpatrick looking over the middle. He's got a man complete down to about the 13-yard line. That's Joe Cooney, the tight end. Brought down by Nathan Terrell. There's Joe Cooney. Number 49.
Big target for Andy Fitzpatrick.
6'3", 225. Now they come in and out in a double tight end offense. Third down and less than a yard to go. And they're going to have trouble making it. I don't think the Holy Cross picked up the first down.
No, and as we see Zach Knight getting up off the ground, the leading tackler for Harvard, a real good one at inside linebacker, but big play for the Harvard defense after that fake punt, and now they stiffen up and force Holy Cross to kick the field goal.
This will be a 29-yard attempt for Pignio. He is 1 for 1 this year from this distance. But as we saw on the punt, who knows if he intends to kick this thing. Pignio's kick is up. Pignio's kick is good. So Holy Cross jumps out first on a great freight punt by Pignio. He toes it through from 29 yards out, and Holy Cross leads Harvard 3-0. We'll be right back.
This quality time was made possible by GMAC. With financing and leasing that can be arranged for your new GM vehicle fast, right at the dealership. Because you should be out enjoying your new car instead of waiting for it to be financed. GMAC, the expressway home.
Once, there was a small business owner who spent so much time managing his phone system, he fell behind in his other work. Then one day, he discovered new Centrex Plus from NYNEX, and he switched to this affordable system designed just for small business. Now NYNEX takes care of his phone system, and our hero, well, the moral, call 1-800-PLUS now. Get Centrex Plus and get more time for the big picture.
We're back at Fitton Field. We played a little bit more than 3 minutes, and Holy Cross has a field goal, a 29-yarder by Anthony Pignio. And if you just joined us, Steve and I were talking about the story. There's a look at Pignio, number 21. He's the kicker. But he also volunteered to run back kickoffs. So he returned the opening kickoff. He took a bad snap on a what appeared to be a punt and ran over 50 yards to set Holy Cross up for the field goal, and now he'll kick off. So far, he's got the dirtiest uniform and the most sweat on him of anybody in the game.
And as the next kicker, Mike, you know that's a
sweat,
a rarity.
Dirt and sweat.
But you got like Coach Voss's philosophy. They're 0-3 and they're going to try something, you know, with a fake punt. Obviously, during the course of preparation, they felt it would be successful. But just trying, it shows that, you know, they're going to pull it all stops in this ball game.
Here's Kobe Skelton for Harvard, trying to get around the corner. Runs into his own man, and a great tackle by Justin Realahan, number 22. Realahan fought off his block. Harvard will start Vinny Ferrara at quarterback. He's making his third start. He's a junior out of Florham Park, New Jersey. Where's number 9? He has run for 3 touchdowns this year and averages almost 260 yards of total offense per game. On first down, Brian Hoffman Makes the tackle.
Here's the Harvard backs and receivers. D'Agostino, Thompson, Cote, Halligan, and Gargulia. And the offensive line that'll be blocking for those guys: Rowley, Vereb, Brundage, Capitan, and Hansen. And Harvard runs an awful lot of
no-huddle offense. And Tim Murphy said he was going to try a number of times to jump on Holy Cross early, but Cross is taking care of that. Here's Ferraro on second down. The pass is complete to his tight end, Gargulinski. Gargulinski appears to be very close to a first down.
J.T. Scott ran him out of bounds. Scott's teammates on defense: Matt Ferry, Sam Leo, Brian Reagan. The linebackers, along with Scott, are Hoffman, Bursey, Streeter, and Scott. In the secondary, Cook, Roberson, Infante,
and Pat Smith. On third and less than a yard, it's Quayley Thompson. Thompson breaks a tackle. Thompson's into Holy Cross territory.
You know, it's very early in the ball game, obviously, but this one thing we expected was a lot of offense today. Both defenses having trouble early in the season stopping their opponents.
Quayley Thompson had 122
yards last week against Bucknell. He comes out and gets a breather. And Harvard again going with the no huddle. Sometimes during the course of this game, you may hear the Harvard assistant coaches who are in the booth next to us. Here's Ferraro on first down. The give is to Eon Hu. Tybersey makes the stop. Pickup of about 4, and Harvard will go again. Is Ferraro on second down. He can't find anybody at all, and he's going to have to keep it. Ferraro brought down by Gabe Infante.
Gabe getting some instruction from his coach on the sidelines. Gabe is a good one. He, along with Pat Smith, are a couple outstanding safeties for Holy Cross.
So that brings up a third down and about 8 yards to go for Harvard. They are not in field goal range, unless Patrick Hannon would like to try about a 56-yarder. So let's see what Harvard has. Here's Ferrara, steps and throws. He's got Thompson, but Thompson on second effort breaks 2 tackles. What a play by Quayley Thompson. Phil Tybersey finally brought him down, but this is a great effort.
Holy Cross has had trouble stopping people on third down. This is no exception. They've been in a zone. They come up, they make a good hit, but they don't wrap up. And a big back like Thompson, fights for extra yards and first down. I think so far Holy Cross's defense has allowed opponents over 66% conversion on third down. You can't do that and win.
Is Ferrara keeping for about 5 on first down before Infante brings him down, but inside the 25-yard line.
So important to have a veteran quarterback for Harvard with the no-huddle offense, a lot of substitutions on the offense, bringing receivers in, 2 tight ends, a lot of different variables, and a veteran quarterback can handle it.
What kind of problems does that present for a defense, Steve, a no-huddle offense?
Well, first of all, you've got to have your calls an audible call. You can't really huddle up because obviously the other team isn't huddling up, so it's real communication problems.
Here's Quayley Thompson. Thompson, touchdown, Harvard.
Well, so far the story's been Thompson for Harvard. A couple nice runs, a nice reception, a big first down pickup, and here the touchdown. Getting back to that defense, the real pressure it puts on defenses is the ability to communicate, and oftentimes problems like this open holes up, and as we see, Thompson goes in barely touched for the touchdown.
Thompson has scored a touchdown earlier this year on a pass reception, but that's his first rushing touchdown. Here's Patrick Hannon. His kick is coming right into your living room. So Harvard answers the Holy Cross field goal with a touchdown. We still have plenty of time to go in this first quarter, a little bit more than 8 minutes. Harvard leads Holy Cross 7-3.
Holy Cross has had leads in two games. Well, last week They're up against Yale. Here's the touchdown run by Thompson, though. As you see, just a little misdirection. The old off OT Washington Redskins play, and Thompson makes a nice cut and gets one hand on him, and he's just too strong to land a touchdown.
Great block by Harvard's right tackle Sean Hansen, who was pulling on that play and just gave Thompson the seal block he needed. And Thompson goes in from 25 yards out. He won the Tim Murphy, when he took over this winter, had an award he gives out in the offseason called the Iron Crimson Award for the best conditioned athlete. Coyley Thompson was the winner of that. And we saw a little bit of a demonstration there in speed and strength.
He's got a nice combination of speed and power, and hard to bring down. That reception was the best probably run I think he made all day. He got a nice hit, but kept his feet and made a big first down.
All right, here's Pignio. He'll bring it back for Holy Cross, and Pignio makes it out to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's gut check time for Holy Cross now. You know, they had a big drive, got the field goal, were ahead early, and Harvard answers with a touchdown. Offensively, Holy Cross has got to get something started and let their defense regroup and get some field position.
Now, there's a flag down on the kick. Holy Cross doesn't want the penalty. Probably an offside.
On the kicking team, penalties declined. It's first down.
So the Crusaders go to work from their own 30-yard line, trailing 7-3. Here's J.R. Waltz. Ball pops loose, and Harvard has it. Brian Johnson comes up with a fumble recovery for Harvard. And Harvard's back in excellent field position again.
As you see, it's a toss to J.R. Walls. Good inside runner. Just tossed the football up. And again, now this just puts more pressure on the Holy Cross defense. They've got to make a stand, obviously, right now, or this game could get way out of hand.
Johnson not only made the tackle that caused the fumble, but he
recovered it as well. Sometimes far too much credit is given to the guy who recovers the fumble, but he did both. So here's Harvard at first down. Ferrara gets some time over the middle. Pass is complete down to the 15-yard line. Colby Skelton finally brought down by Gabe Infante, and Harvard's knocking on the door again.
Great play selection by Tim Murphy. You know, you get a big turnover, come back with a play action. You've been running the ball well. It's a natural complement to a good running game is the play action.
First and 10 for Harvard now in the Holy Cross 15. On first down, this is Who, and Who is inside the 10.
I really like this up-tempo offense, Mike, especially when you're leading, but you always seems to have the defense backpedaling.
Just saw number 6 of Holy Cross, Jim Cook, who made the tackle. There's Ferrara, the Harvard quarterback. On second down, it's Who, and Who is hammered for no gain. A bunch of purple jerseys led by Sammy Leo. Forces a third down for the Crimson. So let's see what Harvard has up its sleeve now. Who is in the backfield along with Fleischer behind Ferrara. Ferrara on third down. Ferrara rolling. Throws in the end zone, and he had nobody, just dumped it.
We had talked about Pat Smith, the free safety from Holy Cross. Senior co-captain. Here Pat makes a big play on third down. He's in coverage, but he comes up to pressure. Ferrara makes him throw the ball away.
So Patrick Hannon is on, and this will be a 27-yard field goal. He's 1 for 1 this year from that range.
This must bring back some memories, Mike.
Hannon's kick is up, and Hannon's kick is good. So we've barely played 9 minutes in this thing, and we've already had 3 scores.
Well, it was a moral victory for Holy Cross's defense. keeping Harvard out of the end zone. They gave up a field goal, but with a big turnover and the successful drive Harvard had in his opening possession, at least they limited him to a field goal. So it's a 10-3 ball game. Peter Voss had commented to us, Mike, that they had a great week of practice, and he was really optimistic about today's game and liked the way his players were practicing. So improvement, even though they haven't won, is such a key.
Working on one of the officials here. Fumbles cause
I think a few of those gray hairs. What a wonderful guy, coming back to coach at his alma mater. He played here at Holy Cross. He, like Tim Murphy, grew up here. Peter grew up in Westwood, Massachusetts, and having a slow start this year.
You know, oftentimes for coaches, and we discussed why Tim Murphy would come from Cincinnati, but it's kind of a sense of closure. You know, you grow up in a place, you play your football locally, and then you go away, and coming back is really, it's a homecoming and really a sense of closing out where you started. So it's good to see local talent come back as coaches.
Pignio is back to field to kick again. He takes it in the end zone, and that's where he'll stay.
Pignio's fielded 3 kicks so
far this afternoon. And the Crusaders will go to work at the 20-yard line.
I wonder if Pignio got the bigger pads on this week.
One problem, which he might not be used to,
is thigh pads. A lot of kickers don't wear them. And running back kicks, he certainly has to wear them. He might even have
just
to
a physical kicker's one.
Here's Waltz on first down, nothing doing. Looks like Zach Knight again. Well, we've said that name a lot, and we haven't barely played half of the first quarter.
Zach's a real outstanding football player. You see he's 5'9", 210, leading tackler for Harvard. Holy Cross has got to get their offensive line on the same page and start, you know, driving the ball and controlling the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 yards again. Looks like Fitzpatrick saw something. He's checking off.
Well, what he saw,
he liked.
What he saw was 3 receivers split right and only 2 Harvard secondary over there with a guy backing him up. So obviously there's going to be something open shallow, and he took advantage of it.
Shannon Splain, number 2, the wide receiver. Pickup of about 7. So we've got 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Here's Waltz on 3rd down on the draw. He can't break a tackle. Justin France brought him down, and the Harvard defense is getting the job done, to put it flatly.
You hear those coaches watch the punt, the fake punt.
Now Pignio is out as the punter, and their regular punter,
Mark McClinchy, is in. McClinchy's kick is not going to make it to midfield. Or just barely. So a 24-yard kick by McClinchy. And Harvard takes over in great field position again, and here they come with Vinny Ferrara. And they don't go with a huddle at all. One team in New England that does this so well is Boston University.
Again, they've got a seasoned quarterback that can handle it. Harvard's defense really doing the job on getting great field position for their offense.
Harvard with 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Ferrara throws. The pass is complete, but no, I guess it hit the ground. Intended for Bill Newell, number 8.
You're going to see that just a sprint out by Ferraro. He throws the ball. Gave Infante playing the flat, makes the throw a difficult one, and ball hits the ground.
Second and 10, Harvard at midfield, and Ferraro wants to throw again. He's got Thompson on the screen, and Thompson works his way to the 42-yard line before Matt Ferry brings him down.
Lee's got kind of an unusual running style. He doesn't really lift his knees up very high, but he's a big, powerful back, showing good hands. Already a couple of receptions.
Third and 2. Here's Thompson again. They're not messing around, and Thompson has another first down.
Again, one area where Holy Cross really has to improve is their third down defensively. They've just given up too many conversions to opposing offenses and getting themselves in trouble. Drives are sustained by third down conversions.
David Streeter made the tackle, but not before Harvard picked up another first down. Inside the Holy Cross 40 at the 37. Allegan in motion. And here's Thompson on the same play that he scored the touchdown on, and this time he has about 5.
And we can see, Mike, that the Harvard offensive line is starting to control the line of scrimmage. You know, that wasn't a pretty run, but it was still 5 yards.
They got some great size up there, too. 270, 250, 250, 240, 250. On 2nd and 5. Here's Ferrara. Ferrara's in trouble, and Ferrara's going to be dumped. Matt Ferry, number 97, drops Ferrara for a loss in the backfield, and now we've got a 3rd and long.
Well, sacks are so important. We see good coverage. This is a coverage sack. Ferrara has no place to throw it. Results in a sack. Holy Cross has substituted a couple defensive backs, now being 3rd and 9. There's Matt.
You can almost credit the secondary as much as you can credit Matt Ferry on that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a combined defensive effort. Matt looks like he's limping a little, being helped off the field. They need him.
So Ferry comes to the sideline. And the Crimson will have a 3rd and 9.
So let's see what they've got up their sleeve. Who is in for Thompson? Play action. Pass to Skelton is on the money. Oh, they're calling him out of bounds. They say his foot did not come down in bounds.
Well, I hope we have an angle on this one. That looks like a good throw and catch. See Ferrara getting hit right as he releases the ball. I don't know.
Close. He's in.
He's in. So we got a punting situation now. Here we go. Tim
Griffin's in to punt. Griffin hangs it high and is hoping for the bounce. It hits at the 2 and it takes a backward bounce, and Harvard with a great punt by Tim Griffin. A 30-yard
punt gets it to drop at the 6-yard line.
I'll go this way, Dave.
Where everything's seeming to go right for Harvard here. They're making the plays. Strong punt that time by Griffin.
A lot of pressure on Andy Fitzpatrick today. When you're 0-3, you know, and you've got a quarterback with talent, he's got to start producing big plays.
There's your numbers. Harvard 10-3 with just under 3 minutes to go. First quarter. Here's
Fitzpatrick on a reverse and a keeper, and Fitzpatrick's got a little room. And Fitzpatrick gets out over the 25. Before Jeff Compass finally brought him down.
Andy Fitzpatrick is a big quarterback. You want to see the tackle blocking down, the guard pulling on this option. Travers out there lands a nice block. Fitzpatrick reads the option, and as we said earlier, he's a big quarterback. He won't go down. Nice run. Again, a big play.
First down for the Cross. First down at Sanchez. Brought down by France.
Gain of about 3.
Well, the happiest 11 guys right now in this stadium are the defense for Holy Cross. The offense has picked up a first down and got good yards on their second first down attempt.
On 2nd down. There's Travers. Travers has his legs moving and has a
first down.
John Ponasuk
And don't you gotta love Randy Trivers? 5'3", 170 pounds. He's one of the guys, when he wears his uniform, his numbers are kind of halfway in his pants. But what a great example of a collegiate athlete. Just
looks a little bit like
example.
Joe Morris.
He does. I think Joe's about 5'7".
All right, here's Waltz on first down, and he's got
some room up to midfield. So lacrosse starting to chew it up a little bit on the ground.
Franz again making the tackle.
I really like J.R. Waltz, a freshman, but watch his shoulders. His shoulders are always so square when he runs. Nice little head fake, cuts it upfield. Fumbled earlier, but he's kind of shaking that off.
Came 3,000 miles from the sun and the surf of Newport Beach to the hills of Worcester. And he's making his mark. Here's Trivers, and Trivers has very little.
Kevin Dwan, who's the rover back.
You know, the tackle for the Crimson.
170-pounder Randy Trivers, he really made those 2 yards all by effort. Hit at the line of scrimmage.
Holy Cross been keeping it on the ground.
Pretty much. There's a look at Dwan. High school running back, now a rover back. And Fitzpatrick is checking off again, and he's going to go to the sidelines and check. And 30 seconds to go in the first half. I don't know if Peter Voss might be too pleased with that call. There's more live college football on Sports Channel later tonight when Pac-10 rivals Oregon and Southern Cal square off. The action begins at 6:30 on Sports Channel.
There's a good look at Zach Knight getting instructions from the defensive coordinator. What he's basically telling us, Mike, is that don't let him pick any yards up. Stop him. What's going on out there?
There's Tim Murphy, the 37-year-old, and Peter Voss.
You know, real gentlemen.
Sure are. Well, before the game, they're very nervous. Take the time to smile and say hello to people that come up to them and talk to them. And they both need a win today. One of these two coaches is going to be very, very unhappy, and one's going to be very, very pleased. Because they both are in need of wins. Here's Fitzpatrick on the roll-off. Fitzpatrick will keep it, but he'll be shy of a first down. Doug Anderson brought him down for Harvard. Clock winding down. We may not get another play in the
We saw this option play earlier. Guard pulls, and we can see Randy Trivers block. He just completely crushes a linebacker, allowing Andy Fitzpatrick to pick up some good yards. Great effort by Randy.
Well, the clock winds down, and that'll do it for the first quarter. 15 minutes of football have been played. Harvard on top of Holy Cross, 10-3.
You know, I never thought in my life the Patriots would be hotter than the Red Sox, hotter than the Celtics, and hotter than the Bruins, but they are. So you can join us every Tuesday night right here on Sports Channel. You can meet Kevin Mannix, you can meet Ron Hobson, you can meet Eddie and the Sports Gals. They're great, I'm telling you. Nothing like it on television. And of course you can meet Scott Zolak and the Patriots player of the game. 9 o'clock Tuesday nights on Sports Channel. You make sure you're there.
Watch Eddie Hanneman's Tuesday Night Football beginning at 9 on Sports Channel.
It's a whole day of thoroughbred racing. The top 2-year-olds on the track, plus steeplechase, and one of the richest prizes in racing. This is the Maryland Million.
The Maryland Million, Saturday live at 4. The Boston Celtics have been making many moves this summer, but there's one key player that hasn't changed. Sports Channel. Tune into Sports Channel for every regular season home game, live from the Boston Garden. The Boston Celtics are on Sports Channel.
Tackling the start tackling. Well, blocking and tackling wins football games, and on this option, watch number 20, Randy Trivers, as he leads Andy Fitzpatrick. Some good yards. Shoulders low, keeps driving those feet, and plants his defender for Harvard.
All right, we're just underway. Second quarter with Harvard on top 10-3 and a third down for Holy Cross. Here's Trivers, and Trivers is not going to make it. Tom Rinaldi, number 69, and John Ponasuk.
Got Anthony Pignio back as a punter.
Last time he ran with it. Clinchy punted last time, so it's anybody's guess what'll happen with Pignio. Pignio gets it away. It's high and it hangs there, and Skelton calls for a fair catch on the 15.
30-yard kick for Anthony Pignio, and so
Harvard will go to work on its own 15-yard line.
Well, Holy Cross's offense did their job. They held the ball for 5 or 6 minutes, made some nice first downs, get the defense good field position. Now it's Holy Cross's defense that has to come strong.
Harvard going with Brian Cohen and Eon Hu. I was waiting for that. Here's Hu.
And Hu brings it out across the 20 for a pickup of about 7.
Eon showing some good toughness between the tackles.
He's a sophomore. He's out of Ringwood, New Jersey. He had a hip injury against Bucknell and did not play last week. But against
Columbia, he ran for 2 touchdowns. There's Hu again, and Hu has a first down. So, who's on first down?
You knew that was coming, didn't you?
Say, Hu and Thompson really do complement each other and give each other a spell. They're both fresh and both kind of the same type of runners. You know, good power, good quickness. It's a nice combination for Harvard.
First and 10 for the Crimson on the 25. Here's Hu again. Hu keeps the legs going and gets across the 35, close to
another first down. Pat Smith finally had enough
to bring Hu down.
Here we see a hole that you can almost put a Mitsubishi through right there. Good blocking again, and Hu keeps his legs going, picking up tough yards.
A couple of the big guys up front, Dan Vereb and
Toby Brundage clearing the way for Hu. Hu is out, and Thompson is in now as Harvard continues to go with the no-huddle offense. This is Thompson. Thompson, look at him weave his way. Thompson has a first down. Thompson's
still on his feet. Look at him still go.
This is what drives coaches crazy. You know, Peter Voss and his defensive staff. It's tackling, and you know, all the great formations, all the motion, all the different personnel cannot compare with good tackling. We see Streeter leading tackle, missing a tackle. Pat Smith missing a tackle. Thompson just keep on picking up yards. It's a great run, but it's poor tackling.
He carried Tucson Roberson for about 15
yards there. So Harvard inside Holy Cross territory. The drive that started at their own 15. Play action on first down. Ferrara being chased. Ferrara stops. And Ferrara is going to be dropped, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage and picks up maybe a yard or 2. Phil Tibersey and Eric
Godlewski.
Ben Ferrara showing some real courage in that play, sprinting out to his left. It's a tough throw. It was good coverage. Instead of taking the sack, he put his head down, picked up a 3-yard gain.
A lot of guys in the backfield, the wide receivers are huffing and puffing because they ran around trying to get free for Ferrara. Here's Thompson on first down. Thompson picks his way. Thompson still on his feet to the 23-yard line. Smith and Relian finally brought him down, but
what a game Quayle Thompson is having for Harvard.
He'll go out, and Hu will replace him.
Holy Cross giving up 350 yards rushing first 3 games, and obviously Holy Cross and Harvard knows that, with their strong running game, they're just taking advantage of them right now.
Harvard moves inside the 20-yard line. Ryan Hoffman on the tackle
for the Crusaders.
Tim Murphy's goal was to average 200 yards rushing and 200 yards passing in each game.
Well, if they keep running the ball like this, they're not going to get 200 yards rushing because they don't need to.
Here's Hu. Hu has another first down. Eon Hu, sophomore running back from New Jersey.
complimenting Quayle Thompson very well.
One quality about a good offensive back is taking a loss and producing positive yards. And we see who just, again, shakes off a would-be Holy Cross defender and picks up yards.
Here are Who's numbers. So Harvard has a first down at the 12-yard line.
Here's Who on first down, and Who is inside the 10.
Sam Leo. The nose tackle for Holy Cross. And on the stop.
What we're going to see is reestablishing the line of scrimmage. You see Harvard's offensive line reestablishing the line of scrimmage 3 yards down the field. And it wasn't a pretty run, but it was still 4 or 5 yards of crack on first down.
2nd and 6 for Harvard. They can get a first down
without getting a touchdown.
Thompson and the give. Thompson to the 5. Thompson trying to muscle his way to the 4.
Trying to play Harvard's offense straight up and with no success or little success. And with this hurry up offense, you really can't throw a lot of things at them, so it presents problems. And with a young defense, problems seem to grow larger and larger.
Here's Thompson on 3rd down. Thompson appears to have a first down.
So everything going Harvard's way.
They had a first down at the 12, which meant they could still get a first down without scoring, and now they'll get, instead of a 4th and goal, they'll have a 1st and goal from the 1. J.T. Scott on the stop. Harvard goes out of a power eye, double tight ends. The give is to Who. Who.
Touchdown, Harvard.
Ian Who.
Well, that's not a backbreaker of a drive, but it's pretty close. They're able to just run the ball down the field, ending up with Who taking it in the end zone. Pat Smith there, see making the tackle, but it's too late. Holy Cross has got to make adjustments now. They're just giving up too much yards on the ground, and it's making it just too easy for Harvard.
Patrick Hannon try to put Harvard up by 14. Hannon's kick is up, and Hannon's kick is good. So, a little bit more than 10.5 minutes to go till halftime. Harvard having it its way. They lead the Cross by 14.
If you think you play like this, but you really play like this, you need help. You need Leslie Nielsen, star of the new home video Bad Golf Made Easier.
Billy, the reason the game is called golf is because all the other 4-letter words have been taken.
Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier teaches you the fundamentals.
Always remember, the only really useful tip in golf is the one you give to the starter.
Secrets the pros won't tell.
Never use the comb in the blue fluid.
And how to play the problem lie. It's the smash hit home video. Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier.
What is our credo?
We don't play golf to feel bad.
We play bad golf, but feel good.
Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier. Only $19.98. This video makes the perfect gift. Rush delivery available. Call 1-800-634-5885.
Here's the touchdown by Ian Who, Nellie.
As you said, Mike, they just line up in power eye. There's no fooling. You know, we're not going to fool you. We're just going to run the ball right at you. And they did the whole drive, ending up with Who's touchdown.
Here's a look at Ian Who. In the background, the foreground, is Tim Murphy. Slip off the headsets. Got to be pleased with the way things are going.
Coaches are never pleased, are they, Mike?
No, they never are. I never even saw coaches smiling, unless it was the last play of the game.
You never see a coach smile on a touchdown.
There's always something that they're worried about or angry about. And 10 guys did their assignment right, but one guy didn't. And there's Peter.
You know, that's probably the toughest job in America right now. You've got a team that hasn't won, and they're down early, and they're just being physically manhandled. It's, you know, what can you do? Start making replacements, start changing your schemes. You know, it's blocking and tackling, though.
And things have changed here at Holy Cross. They've gone into the Patriot League. They have relinquished giving football scholarships. and quite frankly, they don't get the caliber of football player that they once attracted. And it's a tough chore for Peter Voss.
It's interesting the kid for Harvard's got number 16. I thought they retired that jersey.
Somebody lied to him.
After Mike Ward.
Here's Pignio. He'll field it at the 18-yard line. Anthony Pignio looking for a little room, and Pignio makes it to the 30. A Holy Cross kicker, Anthony Pignio. Trying to get something going. We've got a flag down. Let's see what this is.
David Arepe, a linebacker, late hit for Holy Cross, and again, it's it's mistakes also that's leading to Holy Cross's start. And here's a nice run back. You have the ball on the 31-yard line, late hit, 15-yard penalty. Now they're going to start in the shadows of their own end zone.
Dead ball, personal foul on the return. It's 1st and 10.
That's referee Dennis Hennigan on the call. And there's Peter Voss sending his quarterback out, and that's a tough chore. Your whole thinking changes on the 15-yard line as opposed to the 30-yard line.
Well, they've come out with 3 wide receivers now. They might try to open it up a little.
Well, I think that's what they're going to have to do, quite frankly, because they have not shown any ability to run the ball in Harvard at all. Here's Fitzpatrick right down the middle for his tight end. It's dropped. Will they rule it a catch? It's incomplete. Joe Cooney, number 49, had it momentarily, and a great pop by Justin France separated him from the ball.
And this is the difference between winning football and losing football. The ball is thrown right on. Cooney makes a nice catch. He knows he's going to get hit, and the ball's knocked loose.
Actually, Nathan Tyrell was the one who separated him from the ball. That was a close call. That could have been called a completion.
Nice throw by Fitzpatrick, though. He recognized the coverage and he laid the ball right in there.
So instead of a first down up around the 40, it's 2nd and 10 now. And here's Trivers, and Trivers gets buried. Zach Knight on the bottom of the pile. A little bit of help from Eddie Kinney.
You know, you were mentioning, Mike, about Holy Cross having to open up their offense. I think that's what Peter Voss has decided, that their defense is not going to be very successful today. They're going to have to outscore them. And when you got a guy like Fitzpatrick, you know, you've got a chance.
Here's Fitzpatrick on 3rd down. A flag is down, probably for holding, and another one's going to go for interference.
We'll replay the down, I guess.
Probably take it over. That's the first one holding. Now Dennis Hennigan's being told we got another one.
That interference call was on John Myers, a rookie freshman from Holy Cross, a real good-looking young wide receiver.
Holding on the offense. We have pass interference on the defense. Penalties offset. Repeat the down.
One of the great innovations in radio and television broadcasting was the microphone on the referee. Because I don't think there's a broadcaster in America that actually knows what all the signals mean. And we just have to just shut up and just let them make the call.
Does take a little pressure off, doesn't it?
Sure does. And I tell you, I haven't heard a broadcaster in this country protesting. They didn't like the idea. All right, here's Fitzpatrick. He's looking deep down the sideline, and it's overthrown. Intended for Shannon Splain.
You know, one problem you have as a quarterback, too, is you want to get everything right away, and you've got to show great patience now. You realize you're down by a couple touchdowns, but be patient. You know, pick up first downs, not touchdowns, and Andy didn't have a chance with that ball.
So now we've got McClinchy back into punt. We've alternated punters just about every time. McClinchy's kick hits at the 50 and will roll dead at the 42-yard line. So that's where Harvard will go to work once again.
And again, they've got great field position.
A 42-yard punt by Mark McClinchy. And Harvard goes to work.
Well, this is great for Harvard because Tim Murphy can just look at his game plan and just follow it. You know, conversely, Peter Voss offensively has to change everything, down by a couple touchdowns early, not being able to stop Harvard.
Something unusual. Harvard actually went to a huddle on that before that play. Here's the throwback. And Holy Cross is ready for it. Nobody's fooled, unless this is a perfectly thrown pass, and it nearly was.
Well, Pat Smith made a nice play on that ball. Senior wasn't fooled. Good play selection. Been hammering the ball. Why not go for it?
Tim Murphy told us he may pull this today, and
see Pat's in good position.
Yep. And this ball, though, is not far from being completed. There's Pat Smith, who played for his dad in high school, Jim Smith, who still coaches at Deerfield. And what a coach he is.
Harvard's got 10 guys on the field. They say, can't we play with 11 here?
He's not on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Now nobody wants to be the one who runs on the field. Here he comes. Well, at the risk of not wanting to embarrass the 11th man who should have been on the field, we can tell you that this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the College of the Holy Cross. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the College of Holy Cross and Sports Channel is prohibited. It means don't even think about it. All right, Harvard called the timeout. They're ready to go, but Holy Cross isn't quite ready to go. So after all that, it's still 2nd and 10. And here's Ferrara. Looks one way, looks the other, has Thompson, and how is this going to be ruled? Incomplete pass. Matt Ferry making a nuisance of himself in the Harvard backfield. And Harvard will have a 3rd down and 10.
Harvard's done this a couple times. It's a double screen, and here is the outlet. Great coverage. Ferrara gets hit. That's good defense. Matt Ferry's made a couple big plays for Holy Cross's defense today.
Here's Ferrara on 3rd down. He's got some time. He eludes one tackle. Ferrara across midfield, and he's close to a 1st down for Harvard. Phil Tybersey finally brought him down, but we may have to measure for this one.
I think they got a good spot here. You see Ferrara again eluding pressure.
That's great help by 67 Dan Vereb of Harvard.
Great pressure, and it's good. Ferrara knows where the yardstick is, puts his head down, and picks up the 1st down.
Dennis Hennigan has a better set of eyes than we do. He says it's a 1st down, no need to measure. So Harvard goes to work at the 48-yard line of Holy Cross. Call it the 47.
Greg Timmelty was a Holy Cross defender who almost got the sack. From Canton, sophomore. Holy Cross using a lot of different faces on defense.
Here's Quayle Thompson, who's already scored once. Nothing doing. Brought down by Sam Leo. A couple cosmetic changes by Tim Murphy in the Harvard helmets. You see the black face mask and the black H for Harvard. Other than that,
well, do you approve of that, being an alumni?
I kind of, yeah, I like it.
It's not like the Flying Elvis or that big of a drastic change.
That has to go, by the way. We'll talk about that later. Here's Ferrara. 2nd down. Got some time over the middle. The pass is complete to Skelton. Skelton's at the 30-yard line and holds on. Terrence Browning. A whole slew of purple jerseys brought him down.
Seeing great protection by Harvard's offensive line. Holy Cross only rushing 3 linemen. He's got all day, picks his receiver, delivers ball nice. 1st down.
Skelton is a freshman. This is the first year that Harvard's actually used freshmen. Here goes Thompson. Keeps the legs driving, always moving forward. And he's down to the 22. Pat Smith holding on again. See the shot of Ferrara. He's about 25 yards away from the center. He's getting the play from the sideline, and he just yells it out verbally. It's a good thing they don't have trades in college football, because if anybody get traded from Harvard to Holy Cross, they wouldn't be able to fool anybody, because he calls the play out at the line of scrimmage. Here's Pooh, and a flag is thrown. So now the question is, who will be guilty of holding? Bill Tyberzy. And it's Harvard.
Well, it's about the only time Harvard's offense has been stalled, and they're stalling themselves with this penalty. Coaches always have something to be concerned about.
I think it's Danny Varev, number 67. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there.
Good face mask.
Yeah.
But as you can see, they're just manhandling Holy Cross up front. Reestablishing the line of scrimmage, giving their backs 2 or 3 yards before they have to make a cut. And when you got backs like Hu and Thompson, you're going to be successful running the football.
So it brings up a 2nd and about 12. Ferrara's looking. Ferrara's pass is complete to Mike Halligan. Halligan's inside the 25-yard line.
Here we're going to see again, Ferrara just drops back, having good protection. Nice ball. You said earlier how Harvard likes to have a balanced attack, and now they're showing they can throw the ball also. 4th and short.
Well, let's see what Harvard does. Brian Mullaney.
In on the tackle. Looks like Harvard's going to go for it.
On 4th down, the give is to Quayle Thompson. Who else? And he doesn't get it. Looks like Matt Ferry again. Matt Ferry is having himself an afternoon.
And during the course of a ball game, momentum shifts, and maybe, just maybe, this will be one for Holy Cross. They do come up strong on 4th and short. Thompson slips while he's trying to make a cut, doesn't pick the first down up. Holy Cross has got the ball now.
All right, so the Cross will go to work at their own 21. That may have been a case, Nelly, where the no huddle didn't really help. 4th down might not be a bad situation to go into a huddle and call. Of course, it's easier to say after the fact. Holy Cross makes a change at quarterback, and this may pay off. Callahan
has Splain, and Splain is
down to the 25.
It's the way to start your first play today. Senior from Norwalk. Rob Callahan has played this year. A couple ball games. Goes nice ball to Splain here. It's wide open.
Perfect. Splain had linebacker. Eddie Kinney was trying to cover him, and he's a linebacker. So Holy Cross making a little bit of noise with the quarterback change. Callahan gives the waltz. Waltz inside the 25 before a flag is thrown. Sack Knight.
That's usually the area where there's a holding penalty.
The offensive lineman could just keep keep a fist closed at all time. It might be able to eliminate a lot of holding calls. Years ago, when they put in that rule where the offensive lineman could use their hands to extend it, it's just so tempting sometimes for guys getting by just to grab onto a jersey.
It's good to see officials, though, letting the defense have a little.
Well, let's see. It only took a quarter and a half before we started in with the defensive prejudice on Nelly's part. Congratulations, by the way, Nelly, being selected to the Patriots' 35th anniversary team.
Well, thank you. It was great seeing some of my old teammates this weekend, and it's just wish you could really keep in more contact. Unfortunately, you can't. Callahan, he's got a lot of poise.
Well, he's got Trivers here, and Trivers gets a little bit of the yardage back. Not to digress too much, but we saw some of the all-time Patriot team the other night at the New England Sports Museum. Nelly was there, and Chuck Fairbanks, who a lot of people haven't seen around here since he left in '78.
It's interesting. Chuck and Billy Sullivan had a nice little conversation. It was good that they had buried the hatchet and not on each other's back.
And a former Holy Cross star, John Morris, named to the all-time team as the starting center. This whistle will probably negate this play. John's a big Holy Cross fan, as both his children went up here.
I was next to John in the locker room. He was number 56. I was 57 my rookie year. John's last year as a Patriot. He didn't teach me very much either, I might add. No, he's a great guy, and certainly a great career at Holy Cross and in the NFL.
Well, Holy Cross needs to make something happen here before halftime. We've got just about 4.5 minutes to go. Harvard 17, Holy Cross 3. And a holding penalty as Holy Cross working from their 35, and they need to get down to the 16 for a first down and keep this drive alive. On second down, here's Callahan. He's got Waltz. Waltz is inside the 30. Waltz is to the 27-yard line. Matt Bradley drags him down for Harvard.
You know, Rob Callahan, being a senior quarterback, is showing some poise. He's you know, picking up what the defense is giving you. That time Harvard was in his own defense. The underneath receivers are open. He just is very patient. Picked up 8 or 9 yards. Now it's 3rd and 11. Another opportunity for Holy Cross.
They need to make it to the 16-yard line. On 3rd down, Callahan has Waltz behind him. Callahan dropping back over the middle. The pass is thrown behind Shannon Splay. So that'll bring on Anthony Pignio, the field goal kicker.
Here's the end zone on the last play, and Harvard came with a blitz, and it was picked up so sweetly that I thought there might be an opportunity for a big play, but as we see, the ball was thrown behind the receiver.
This will be a long kick. This will be a 45-yarder. Pignio is 0 for 1 in this distance this year. Pignio's kick is up. This has enough leg, and it is just wide. So the Cross, after stopping Harvard on a big 4th down play, moves it all the way down deep into Harvard territory, but they come away with nothing. And we've got 3:42 to go until halftime with Harvard on top 17-3. Let's see what Harvard does. Is Harvard content with a 2-touchdown lead, or will they try to tack some more on before the break? Ferrara wants to throw on 1st down. Ferrara's pass is juggled and dropped by Mike Halligan. Gabe Infante.
Was Ferrara delivering the ball right on the numbers? Well, that was maybe a little low. Very catchable ball. Gabe Infante in the coverage.
So it's 2nd and 10. On the draw play, it's Hu trying to turn the corner, and a flag is thrown. David Streeter on the tackle. Pickup of about 7. It looks like we've got another penalty on Harvard. So Harvard's starting to self-destruct a tad after a very, very impressive first half.
It's going to be interesting if Peter Voss is going to start using some timeouts. You got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. Got Harvard backed up into a 2nd and 20 situation. Possibility against some good field position. You have the wind. Holy Cross does in this quarter, so there's some possibilities of another Holy Cross possession and with good field position.
Holding on the offense. Repeat 2nd down.
Now we'll see if this changes Harvard's thinking at all. Clock running with 3:25 to go, and Harvard up by 14, 17-3. Ferrara over the middle, and he overthrows Skelton. Skelton fell down and then got back up. And there's another flag down.
You're going to see how quarterbacks get beat up. You won't see this as a sack tomorrow morning, but you'll see it as a bruise on Ferrara's chest as it gets one right in the chops before he delivers the ball. Totally unprotected. Holy Cross accepts the
Illegal
penalty.
block in the back on the offense. Penalty is declined. It's 3rd down.
The Cross just wants to get its hands back on the football. That's why they declined the penalty. It's 3rd down and 1.5 miles to go anyway. Ferrara is just going to try it on the slide option. He turns the corner. Whoa! Brought down by David Streeter. And Ferrara may have done a little damage if he could have eluded that tackle.
It's an important drive for Holy Cross coming up. You've got you're down by 2 touchdowns. You're winless. You've got 2 timeouts. You've burned 1 of your timeouts, but you're going to get the ball in good field position.
All right, Mr. Defensive Coordinator, do you go for the block or do you set up a return?
I would set up a return.
Peter Voss is thinking the same way. Return to set up.
Running into the kicker and all that stuff.
Here's Smith. Smith breaks a tackle. Smith is inside the 40-yard line. So the return works, and Holy Cross has excellent field position with 2.5 minutes to go. Let's see what they do at quarterback. A 38-yard kick and a 13-yard return by Pat Smith. And Callahan returns at quarterback for Holy Cross. He's given them a little bit of life. He has an I formation behind him and 2 wideouts to the top of the field. Here comes the reverse. Here comes the reverse pass, but there's a flag down. Pass down, and it is intercepted in the end zone. Well, Jess Brown made the interception. And let's see who the flag is on. Procedure against Holy Cross. Harvard will decline it. Harvard intercepts Jess Brown. Intercepted in the end zone. Actually, we'll get the official announcement here from Dennis Hennigan.
And it was a good attempt by Holy Cross. And
we had an illegal formation on the offense. Penalty is declined. 1st down.
We see it's going to be reverse. Shannon's playing, getting the reverse from Callahan, but makes a real poor decision. Harvard was not fooled. A couple of defenders back there. Great interception.
Here's Quayle Thompson. That's why some guys are quarterbacks and some guys are wide receivers. Thompson gets knocked out by Godlewski at the 35-yard line. He's got another 1st down, and how this thing has changed. Maybe Harvard's thinking.
I was just thinking the same thing, Mike. You talk about a change. Holy Cross has a good defensive effort, and all of a sudden they throw an interception, and now Harvard's got timeouts, and field position.
Here's Quayle Thompson again. Thompson close to a 1st down. The umpire got knocked down there. It's like Joe Antonacci. J.T. Scott, Pat Smith in on the tackle. Harvard not trying to stop the clock. We're under 2 minutes to play here. And they're still running. Now they're starting to spread it out a bit. 45 and counting. Ferrara looking. Ferrara complete. And he stays in bounds. Mike Callaghan does. J.T. Scott tripped him up. The clock will stop for the stakes to be reset. With 1:42 to go till halftime. Harvard 17 and Holy Cross 3. Clock running at 1:40 now. Ferrara on the draw. Here's Quayle Thompson. Thompson breaks more tackles, and Thompson gets to the 40-yard line. David Streeter brings him down. Officials call timeout for an injured player on the field. And here the Harvard assistants up here imploring the assistants on the field to have the field goal team ready.
Quayle Thompson's had a big 1st half so far. He just gets a little misdirection draw here, and again he's good combination of toughness and quickness, and picks up good yards. I don't know if Harvard really is using their timeouts and the clock effectively right now. They've got over 100 yards today.
Well, he's a good-looking running back.
And who's got I think he's over 80, so combined over 200 yards rushing by halftime for Harvard. Certainly exactly what they want to do. Holy Cross has been very poor this year in stopping the rush, and Harvard can run the football.
Injured player is David Streeter.
That's not a good sign either. David being the leading tackler for Holy Cross this year.
So as they take Streeter to the sideline, Harvard gets ready to work with 1:22 to go. They've got a second and about 1.5 yards for a first down. And they've got about 15 yards to go to get into field goal range. Give us to Quayle Thompson. Harvard keeps it on the ground, looking for the first down, and they're going to be close. Officials stop the clock because they're either going to measure or award the first down. Appears they have it.
It looks like they do have it. Harvard should either get in a huddle and get a couple plays called or line up and get ready, because that clock will stop if it is a first down. The wind's come up a little, Mike.
We're supposed to have a little bit of weather here in central New England tonight. First down, Harvard. Now, as soon as those stakes are set on the other side, this clock will start, and it shows 1:06. Harvard going without the huddle, shuttling players in and out. Well, I thought Joe Restick's offense was confusing. Harvard's got to hurry up here. You can see they've lost 10 seconds already. They've now lost 15 seconds. Ferrara will throw. He's looking back across the middle. His receiver fell down, and the pass is intercepted. Gabe Infante picks it off for Holy Cross. It was intended for Colby Skelton, who just fell coming across the field.
Oh, he can't do anything about that. Here's another play action. You see a drag by the one inside receiver and a corner by the outside receiver. He just falls down. Gabe makes a great effort for the interception. While Holy Cross back on their own 14-yard line, I think would just run the football out and go into halftime and try to regroup. But what do I know?
That's why you played defense.
I wouldn't have my quarterback running with it. If he doesn't throw it and he doesn't have it off, I wouldn't have him running it.
All right, Callahan gets up to the 19-yard line. 38 seconds. Matt Bradley chased him out of bounds.
And you can understand Peter Voss's situation. He just wants every time he has a chance to go for it. Certainly can't second guess him on that.
Here's the pass complete to Joe Laborante, freshman. Jeff, pardon me, Laborante family.
There's a combination pattern. Two receivers out here. One hooks up and leaves this area open. It's a nice throw, nice catch, stops the clock.
I'm not sure he was the intended receiver. Sure looked good. He's a freshman.
Well, when you have a weapon like Pignio also, who's got some range, it could develop an opportunity for Holy Cross to try to kick a field goal if they pick up another couple first downs.
Here's Callahan on first down. Passes complete again. And I think that was Myers. Yes, it is. John Myers, another freshman. So, Laborante and Myers, the two freshmen, on two completions, have given Holy Cross a little more room. They're now up to the 45-yard line.
John had a big game against Army in the opener, and it bodes well for the future of Holy Cross when you have a couple freshman receivers like Laborante and Myers.
So Myers out of Chelmsford. A little buggy ride up the road. There's another pass complete to Joe Cooney. So
this is a nice drive, Mike.
21 seconds to play now. And the clock stops. It will not start again till the snap. 3 completions out of bounds.
Cooney took a hit at the end of the reception, but Callahan is showing a lot of poise, just patient, picking up first downs. To see Cooney receives the ball near the sidelines, gets one right in the thigh.
Kevin Dwan with a good pop. Callahan on first down. Harvard showing blitz. Callahan hangs in there and throws, and it's incomplete. And John Myers is going to complain that he was held up downfield. Callahan hung in there and delivered it. There's Myers, who was trying to get free downfield. And he was tangled up with Jess Brown. That's what Peter Voss is talking about right here at the official. 15 seconds to go. Harvard 17, Holy Cross 3. Here's Callahan. Callahan delivers. Tipped and incomplete. Kevin Dwan again.
We said Rob's made some good decisions. That was a bad decision on his part. I think the one problem Rob was showing is he kind of zeroes in on one side of the field and really eliminates two receivers by doing that. And obviously that gives the defense an edge because he's telegraphing his ball. But he has thrown some nice passes today, shown a lot of poise.
9 seconds to go. This may be the final play of the first half. Let's see what they got. Harvard with a little stunt. Callahan throws it up. He's got a man.
Oh, just misses.
Well, they're going to have one more chance. A la Colorado.
It came within inches of being a touchdown. All right, we got one final play to go in this first half. Holy Cross from 47 yards away. Callahan drops back. He delivers over the middle. The pass is complete to Myers. Myers is going to need to score a touchdown because time will expire. And it does. Matt Bradley makes the tackle. So our score at halftime, Harvard 17, Holy Cross 3. Steve Nelson and I will be back with halftime activities right after this timeout.
Something's wrong with my phone.
Once, there was a small business owner who spent so much time managing his phone system, he fell behind in his other work. Then one day, he discovered new Centrex Plus from NYNEX, and he switched to this affordable system designed just for small business. Now NYNEX takes care of his phone system, and our hero, well, the moral, call 1-800-PLUS now. Get Centrex Plus and get more time for the big picture.
Some people are naturally faster than others. In fact, everything they do is fast. Fast, 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 fast. Now, not everyone appreciates that. But if you're looking to get a new GM car or truck financed, fast is exactly what you want.
Mac will take care of your financing.
And the folks who arrange GMAC financing and leasing are faster than just about anyone else. GMAC, the expressway home.
You forgot your sunglasses.
7 no-hitters, 300 wins, over 5,000 strikeouts, and one of the most feared pitchers in baseball history. Now we're honoring Nolan Ryan's farewell season in the Legends Gold Stamp Series. These official 23-karat gold stamps can be yours in this special TV offer. These stamps are handsomely displayed in a special collector's presentation wallet and come with a free first-day cover with a paper stamp canceled on the first day of issue, along with its own numbered certificate of authenticity. You get the Nolan Ryan gold stamp, the presentation wallet, and the free baseball collector's card for only $39.95. Any baseball fan will want to remember the legend of Nolan Ryan. Here's how to order.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-848-6333 to receive your set of Nolan Ryan stamps. Or send $39.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to P.O. Box 2424-B, Grand Central Station, New York, New York. Or call toll-free now, 1-800-848-6333.
Well, welcome back. We're at the halftime of the Harvard Holy Cross game. I'm with Coach Tim Murphy. And, Coach, how was it replacing a legend in Joe Restic?
Well, it's not easy, Steve. Joe Restic was one of the most respected coaches in New England, obviously a past AFCA president, and if I can last half as long and probably do half as good a job, I probably will have achieved something at Harvard. But he's just a tremendous guy, and it's just very tough to be in the business as long as he was at one institution.
And you coach a new program, new people, new faces, new players. What were your expectations coming into this season?
Well, our biggest expectation, Steve, was just to get our players to play with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, play hard all the time, and just make a tremendous commitment to football. It's a brand new system. We're in a little bit of a rebuilding mode. So we've got a lot of young football players in a new system. So getting a win in the first game was great, didn't play well. Right now, it's just to play with some consistency.
You know, Coach, defensively, you've given up some yards this year. I'm sure that's a concern of yours. How do you think Holy Cross will come out and attack you this afternoon?
Well, I think like most teams, they're going to try to mix it up. They're going to see, you know, if we're going to be solid in the secondary. We had some problems last week against Bucknell, and obviously they're going to try to exploit that. If we can play some sound, fundamental football, and more than anything, just try to make them earn everything. If we give up big plays, it's going to be a long afternoon.
You know, Bucknell was able to throw the ball pretty effectively, and you have a good quarterback this afternoon, Andy Fitzpatrick.
I don't think this is going to be a 10-7 football game. I hope it's not a track meet, but I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Offensively, you've been able to mix up your ground game and your passing game. You've got a senior quarterback. How will you come out today and attack Holy Cross?
I think the same way we did in the first two games, Steve, and that is try to be unpredictable. We run a lot of no huddle to take advantage of looks at the line of scrimmage. We try to be very evenly balanced between the pass and the run, and I think if we can do that and not have any turnovers, we're going to be okay.
You know, Coach, wins and losses are the bottom line, of course, but as a new coach with a new program, you want to see improvement week after week.
Well, that's the case. We played very well our first game, very few mistakes. Really didn't play so well the second game, so I hope the team that showed up in our opener is a team that we have here today.
Well, thanks, Coach. It's great meeting you. Good luck, and we'll be right back after these announcements.
The power, the punishment, the pain. The ultimate sports spectacular. Now you can relive the excitement on home video with Top Rank's greatest knockouts. Volumes 1 and 2, together on one full-length cassette. Legends like Hagler, Hearn, Arguello, Duran. 22 knockouts that changed boxing history. The courage, the champions, and the cheap shots. This is non-stop action, up close and in your face. Call now to order. The winner by a knockout. Top Rank's greatest knockouts, volumes 1 and 2. Together only $19.98. Don't miss the bell. Call now.
Call now to order Top Rank's greatest knockouts. This video makes the perfect gift. Sorry, no CODs. For faster delivery, please have your credit card ready and call 1-800-622-5700. That's 1-800-622-5700.
It's a whole day of thoroughbred racing. The top 2-year-olds on the track, plus steeplechase, and one of the richest prizes in racing. This is the Maryland Million.
The Maryland Million, Saturday live at 4. The Boston Celtics have been making many moves this summer, but there's one key player that hasn't changed. Sports Channel. Tune into Sports Channel for every regular season home game, live from the Boston Garden. The Boston Celtics are on Sports Channel. Channel has the best New England college football. Each weekend, watch as teams like Boston University, UMass, and Holy Cross tackle the competition. New England college football on Sports Channel.
Welcome back to halftime, everyone, at Fitton Field. Just a glorious October afternoon. So warm, in fact, that Holy Cross Athletic Director Ronnie Perry still has his golf shirt on. And, boy, couldn't we take another couple months of this weather.
Beautiful day today. Probably the best day we've had this fall.
Let's talk a little bit about your football team right here, Ron. A tough start at 0-3. Not too many home games this year, and they've got to get things done in a hurry.
Yeah, well, the home game situation, unfortunately, you have to schedule so far in advance that the Ivy League agreement we had gave Penn an extra game in the 3-game series we had, so that was away. And when you play Army, it's always away. So that's the reason. Next year we go back to 6 home, 5 away, and the following year the same thing. But it is difficult in many ways, but Fortunately, with some of the teams that we play, like Brown and Harvard and whatnot, it's only an hour's drive.
And speaking of Harvard, this has really cooked into some type of rivalry over the past dozen years or so.
It's been great because we've been able to get Harvard on our schedule all through the 80s and now into the 90s and continuing on into the next century. Bill Clary's a good friend, and we go way back when his dad did all our baseball games up here when I was pitching, in fact. And then Jack Reardon, when Jack came in, we were able to schedule him on a regular basis. It's a great game for Holy Cross, and I think it's also a great game for Harvard.
I would think that probably the three schools that have more alums in the greater Boston and Worcester area are BC, Harvard, and Holy Cross, and BC's off your schedule now, so this is a natural.
It really is, yeah. You could add, I guess, UMass because they also have a good number here, but yeah, the people here, the administration, the fans, the students have always loved this game, and it's when the President has his President's Council weekend when he brings back all the fun-giving alumni, and it's been a great weekend for them, too.
What do we have to look forward to in the winter? You had a change at your basketball position. George Blaney has gone down to Seton Hall. A tough decision for him, and I'm sure it was tough for you to see him go.
Well, there's no question. George and I came to Holy Cross in 1972, so this was starting our 23rd year here. He did a great job at Holy Cross. He's a class guy, as everyone will tell you. And we were very fortunate that we were able to get Billy Rayner, who's really served his dues, 16 years as an assistant coach, and I was fortunate enough to have Billy play for me at Catholic Memorial High School, and I gave him the ball when he was just going to be a sophomore. He says, Billy, you're the point guard, and I think we went on to win something like 85 and lose 3, so I'm giving him the ball a second time, and he's got to do at least 85 and 3.
Well, I'm sure he'll have a great chance to work his magic. What else do we have to look forward to up here at Holy Cross? Some of the other sports that some of the people might not see on television, but that are oh so important to a program.
Well, women's basketball is also a very strong sport that we have in the winter months. A sport that has really come around. It's in the fall here. A few years ago, we brought in Elvis Comer. He was an All-American at UConn and played professional soccer, and he's done a great job with our men's soccer program. They're currently 6-2-1 and undefeated in the last 7 games. Play Navy today, and Elvis has done a great job for us. And it's very difficult because a lot of my non-revenue sport coaches are part-time people who really work full-time. And playing in this Patriot League, that's one area. The Ivies and the Patriot League schools are very, very strong in these non-revenue sports. So we're trying to catch up to the pack because we haven't been there before.
All right, Ronnie, thanks so much. Hopefully when we come back to see you in November or later on that you're still wearing a short-sleeve shirt.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Ronnie Perry, Holy Cross Athletic Director, back with more halftime activities right after this break.
You know, I never thought in my life the Patriots would be hotter than the Red Sox, hotter than the Celtics, and hotter than the Bruins, but they are. So you can join us every Tuesday night right here on Sports Channel. You can meet Kevin Mannix, you can meet Ron Hobson, you can meet Eddie and the Sports Gals. They're great, I'm telling you. Nothing like it on television. And of course, you can meet Scott Zolak and the Patriots player of the game. 9 o'clock Tuesday nights on Sports Channel. You make sure you're there.
Watch Eddie Handelman's Tuesday Night Football beginning at 9 on Sports Channel.
Big 8 football. Check it out. It's pretty big.
The Big 8 Gridiron Report, Thursday at 1 on Sports Channel.
It's a whole day of thoroughbred racing. The top 2-year-olds on the track, plus steeplechase, and one of the richest prizes in racing. This is the Maryland Million.
The Maryland Million, Saturday live at 4.
Prime Racing has got the checkered flag. Start your engines, race fans. Prime has captured the pole position for the top NASCAR, ASA, NHRA, SCCA, and AMA road events. Plus magazine shows that highlight the leading drivers and the best races. Whether it's 4 wheels or 2 wheels, anything that burns rubber, shifts gears, pushes the barriers of speed, Prime Racing has got the checkered flag.
Prime Racing every week on Sports Channel, your prime source for sports.
The sports world is talking on New Sport Talk. Compelling, conversational, controversial.
I think the great issue that's going to be developed here is that this icon is facing a death penalty.
Discussing the latest and hottest topics in sports.
If you didn't enjoy those games, you're never going to enjoy soccer.
What'll they say tonight? Find out on New Sport Talk.
Watch New Sport Talk on Sports Channel.
Welcome back to Fitton Field at Holy Cross, everyone, with Harvard having a 2-touchdown lead over Holy Cross, 17-3. Mike Lynch along with Steve Nelson, and we thought we might see some scoring in this one, and we weren't too far off. Harvard getting most of it, but both clubs moving the ball up and down the field.
They did, and again, it's the inability of Holy Cross's defense to stop the running game, and Harvard has just been pushing the ball down Holy Cross's throat. Two good running backs for Harvard in Thompson and Hu, and they've just totally dominated line of scrimmage.
We had a couple of surprises in this game, and the first one came early on when Holy Cross sent their field goal kicker in, Anthony Pignio, to go in to punt.
As you see, it's a bad snap, and Anthony, it is a fake. Takes a opening drive, you're 0-3. You have to have special plays, and Anthony certainly provides it here.
He was a former running back in high school, an all-state running back, and this led to a field goal by Pignio of 29 yards, and Holy Cross had themselves a 3-0 lead as he hit from 29 yards out. But then it was all Harvard right after this, as Quayle Thompson went in from 25 yards out on a great pass by...
Well, here's Quayle taking the handoff, and he gets virtually untouched as he goes in the end zone. Again, Quayle's got over 100 yards this half, and he and Hu have been running the ball.
That put Harvard on top by a score of 7-3, and then Patrick Hannon had a 25-yard field goal and a 27-yard field goal, and Harvard went on top by a score of 10-3. And then Harvard went on an 85-yard drive and was capped off by this run by Ian Hu.
Again, the drive was basically all on the ground, and Hu caps it off with a 1-yard run for the touchdown.
And so that was all the scoring in the first half, and that's where we stand right now, with Harvard on top of Holy Cross by a score of 17-3. If you're Peter Voss, what are you talking about right now?
Well, obviously you got to stop Harvard's ground game, and the story of the first half is the inability of Holy Cross to come up on third down and stop Harvard, and to stop the first down running attack by Harvard. Somehow you've got to get another eighth man up there to stop the running game. Offensively, you've had some hope in the passing game. Callahan's come in, provided some spark, throwing the ball pretty well. But again, it's just they're killing themselves on penalties and turning the ball over.
Let's take a look at the numbers and see if the stats do indeed tell the story of this first half right now. Is Harvard with their rushing yards. Holy Cross has 259 total yards, but a lot of them came late in the half when they were down by a couple of touchdowns. They came down and they missed a field goal, and then they came down and they threw an interception. So the numbers don't necessarily tell the story of this one. Harvard dominating by a score of 17-3, and still, of course, have 30 minutes of football left to play. But let's take a look at the 1-2 tandem of Quayle Thompson and Ian Hu. 126 yards for Thompson and another 44 yards for Hu. So they're doing the bulk of the groundwork for the Harvard Crimson.
Yeah, and again, it's a history of Holy Cross's defense. They're giving up over 350 yards on the ground so far this season, and Harvard, with their ground game, is taking advantage of it. Also, one thing, as we mentioned before, 2 turnovers by Holy Cross, Mike. You can't win a game by turning the ball over, big penalties, and they're getting opportunities, but they have to make the most of it.
Quick question on the no-huddle offense by Harvard. As the game wears on, does it wear down the offense more, or does it wear down the defense more?
I think because Harvard's got 2 running backs in Hu and Thompson, it's a huge advantage for Harvard. We saw during the first quarter or second quarter where Holy Cross's defense just looked like they were getting slower and slower and slower, and with that up-tempo speed and the combination of those 2 running backs, it's good for Harvard.
All right, so Harvard has it their way so far right now, leading by a score of 17-3. We still have 30 more minutes of football to play, and Steve and I will be back with the second half kickoff for you right after this break.
Pool the Master's Way and learn from the best. 2 of America's favorite instructional videos are now available only through this special TV offer. Get tips from Steve Miserak, Pretty Boy Floyd, Iwo Mataya, and other pool greats. Now, for a limited time, you can order both videos for the price of one. Learn the secrets of breaks, banks, defense, position, angles, and trick shots like the Massey and the jump.
Take it from me, The Miz. When you purchase Pool the Master's Way and learn from the best, you'll learn everything you need to know how to shoot pool like a pro. With these 2 tapes, you can do almost anything. Except beat me.
World champion Steve Miserak takes you through the best ways to improve your game. Call the number on your screen and we'll send you this wonderful 2-video cassette collection for just $19.95 plus postage and handling.
2 for the price of 1? How can you go wrong?
These videos have never been offered together and are only being offered for a limited time. Call now. Have your credit card ready. An operator is waiting for your call. Sorry, no CODs. Call now.
It's a whole day of thoroughbred racing. The top 2-year-olds on the track, plus steeplechase, and one of the richest prizes in racing. This is the Maryland Million.
The Maryland Million, Saturday live at 4.
Big 8 football.
Check it out.
It's pretty big.
The Big 8 Gridiron Report, Thursday at 1 on Sports Channel. Sports Channel has the best New England college football. Each weekend, watch as teams like Boston University, UMass, and Holy Cross tackle the competition. New England college football on Sports Channel.
All right, we are back, just getting ready for the second half kickoff. As you can see, behind the score, some of the people have snuck out for a little halftime tailgate activities, and it gives us an opportunity to bring you some scores. And a big one over at Nickerson Field in BU's homecoming, first home game of the year. They lead James Madison 7-3 at halftime. Yale turning it around this year, tucking it to Connecticut 21-0 at halftime. UMass enjoying a 19-0 lead over Rhodey. Delaware and Maine are tied at 6 up in Orono. Hofstra leading UNH, and the Ivies prevailing in Brown's showdown with Colgate, as does Dartmouth in their showdown with Fordham. There's a look at Rob Callahan, who came in to replace Andy Fitzpatrick in this one at quarterback, and it appears that he'll get the nod to start the second half for Holy Cross.
You know, I'm somewhat surprised that Andy Fitzpatrick, we see a couple quarterbacks warming up for Holy Cross, and Andy is not one of them. I wonder if he's been banged up in the first half. Callahan came on and was pretty effective in a couple of the drives he was involved in. Well, this is a huge series for Holy Cross's defense, Mike.
Well, they need to get back in the football game. They need to have something happen, some type of big play, because Harvard has been having their way. Ignio's kickoff is fielded by Skelton at the 5. Here comes Skelton. And Harvard will go to work at their 24-yard line. It's Ben Ferrara, the Harvard quarterback. Is Crimson 1-1 on the year. And Holy Cross still looking for win number 1 on the 94 season. You just joined us. Harvard has been running most of the game with a no-huddle offense. He'll come and call the play at the line of scrimmage. They got touchdowns from that man right there, Quayle Thompson, and his backup running mate, Eon Hu, and a field goal to lead 17-3. Brian Hoffman in on the tackle for Holy Cross.
Well, if the first play is an indication, Holy Cross has come to play in the second half.
17-3 Harvard. Just underway, second half. Mike Lynch along with Steve Nelson from Fitton Field in Worcester. Ferrara, as a flag goes down, overthrows Cote. See Ferrara tying his shoe. We're going to hear what the penalty call is. An eligible receiver downfield. Take a look at Ferrara here.
Well, they run this play action a number of times in the first half.
He got stepped on by the center. See the
Well, you got to push off that back leg. Again, it's an opportunity for Holy Cross to get back in this game and give their offense some
ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. Repeat second down.
All right, so Harvard will replay a second down. They sent a couple of subs in. Skelton comes in. Cody goes out. Gargolinski goes out. Give the appearance of two tight ends, but two tight ends went out. Now they got three wideouts. Ferrara on the drop leg. Thompson gets nothing as he's brought down by Brian Regan and Matt Ferry. So the Holy Cross defense responding early. Take a look at Reagan. And Harvard has a third down and 15 to go. Ferrara's back. Ferrara over the middle to Skelton. This time he's got him for a first down.
Holy Cross is in a zone. Skelton knew where the yard marker was. Ferrara delivers a nice pass. Throwing it low, so it's virtually impossible to intercept, and they pick up a big first down.
Skelton, a freshman from Michigan. First time Harvard's using freshmen since Ivy League play was instituted back in 1956.
With Harvard's ability to run the ball in the first half, I would think Coach Murphy would just love to hammer and hammer away at Holy Cross's defense with those two backs they have. Who's now in for Thompson?
Second down and 10 from Harvard at their own 40-yard line. Here's Who. Who over the top and is wrapped up. Sam Leo, number 55. Got a good piece of Who. How high can Who go? That is the question.
Well, he can get up there, but he's met by Holy Cross's defense, and obviously Holy Cross had made some adjustments at halftime. Have come back in this early drive by Harvard and played real good against the running game. Again, it's a 3rd and 5 situation, something Holy Cross has been very poor at this year.
Ferrara, what a pop. This is going to be ruled incomplete. But what a pop by J.T. Scott. I want to tell you, Mike Halligan had that ball, and he just got whacked.
You know, if one play can turn a defense around, it's a big hit. And J.T. Scott delivered it right there. And that was so important. That was enough for a first down. The drive would have continued, but J.T. came up and just let him have it. Harvard's got to punt the ball.
Tim Griffin's the Harvard punter. And Pat Smith is back at his own 25 to receive it. Griffin's kick is high, not too deep, and it hangs there. Purple jersey is trying to get out of the way, and it's down at the 27-yard line. 31-yard kick for Tim Griffin.
There is a strong win for Holy Cross in the 3rd quarter, and it's an opportunity with their passing game to get back into the ball game. Callahan's back at quarterback.
I can hear it, and I'm sure the people around the world that are listening can hear it too.
What popcorn?
Here's Callahan on first down. Callahan has his tight end Cooney as a flag is thrown again. So this will probably be wiped out.
Again, it's an area where you would suspect holding, and Holy Cross, to be frank, is not good enough to overcome its own penalties and have a chance in this ball game. You know, they have a nice play on first down, but holding. It's shooting themselves in the foot.
14-yard pickup is going to be wiped out. There's another gray hair sprouts and Peter Voss's.
Well, it's frustrating, of course, and Peter's such a competitor and getting off to a slow start. And
illegal use of hands on the offense. Repeat first down.
I think one of the things Peter said to us, Mike, was against Army and UMass, he was basically outmanned, but last week was very disappointing at Yale because he thought he could, you know, their talent was at a level with Yale's as today's game with Harvard. You know, they had a chance, unlike the first couple weeks. But, how's Puffer?
You keep talking, I'll get to keep enjoying it. Here's Callahan. Pulling over the middle of Splain. What a great pass.
Great pass. Great catch.
So Splain gets a lot of that yardage back. David St. Peter on the tackle.
Here's where you got to hand it to a senior. You know, he's 0-3 and he's just showing a lot of courage catching a tough ball. No, he's going to get a hit, but he holds on to it. Shannon's playing, having a great year. Well, they got back the yards they lost on the holding penalty.
Oh, Shannon Splain played in the Little League World Series 1984. There's a freshman, John Myers. He's got it out of bounds up over the 40-yard line. David St. Peter, number 42. Not to be confused with David St. Pierre, who was former Harvard captain, 970. If he was French, he'd be David St. Pierre.
Mid-70s, I don't know if you can really be a real historian of Harvard football to mix those two guys up.
Rob Sanchez, brought down by Kevin Dwan. Now, Kevin Dwan, who made the tackle, went to St. John's Prep in Danvers, which is where Dave St. Pierre, captain of the 73 team, went to
high school as well. So there's all kinds of connections being interwoven.
Life is a constant learning experience.
Amen. Second, 6 for the cross. Callahan back to pass, and it's over the head of Cooney. He was harassed by Ed Kenny and by Doug Anderson. Let's look at Kenny, the Harvard captain.
This is an interesting play. It's a quick fake and only a 3-step drop by a quarterback. Generally, you see him take a 5-step, but he's looking for his tight end all the way, and you'll see him come open. If he had a second more, that would have been a big play.
Eddie Kenny, the Harvard captain, the 121st captain of Harvard football. So it's a 3rd and 6 now. This is complete. Will he get the first down? Not close. Kevin Dwan on the tackle. Jeff Labarante, another freshman, on the reception.
I would think Harvard would have to punt the ball. And there goes their punting team.
You can hear the coaches next to us yelling, safe punt, safe punt.
Well, I think
they keep an eye on.
Right. I think, Peter, you keep your defensive unit out there to watch in case of any fakes, but I think Peter Voss has some confidence in his defense now after coming out in half and having the first good opening drive. So it's an opportunity to establish some field position.
Skelton has it at the 15, and that's where he'll stay. "35-yard punt by Pignio. So Harvard will go to work at their own 18-yard line, leading by a score of 17-3. Harvard on the road for the second time this year. They opened at Columbia, where they won. They went home against Bucknell last week, where they lost. And now here in Worcester, looking for their second win of the year. Here's Who, and Who goes nowhere. Ty Brzee and a whole lot of purple jerseys. Gabe Infante in there on the tackle as well.
Harvard having over 200 yards rushing in the first half. Holy Cross has come out in the second half, and I think they've made some adjustments, and they're just playing better. They're tackling better. One of the real letdowns the first half of Holy Cross was the poor tackling.
Ferrara trying to get outside. He gets away. Ferrara looking for a first down. He's got the first down before he's knocked out of bounds by J.T. Scott. So Vinny Ferrara, the Harvard quarterback, gives the Crimson a little more room
to exhale, and they're out across the 30-yard line.
As you said earlier, Mike, they come in with their substitutions. You really don't know who's in the ball game. It's an identity problem. Now they've got 2 tight ends, 1 receiver, and 2 backs. You think they want to reestablish that running game.
Here's Hu power runs up to about the 38. Ian Hu brought down by Tucson Roberson and Pat Smith. Just reading about Ian Hu, he was honored last year. He was one of the 4 national recipients of the National Football Foundation 1993 Scholar Athlete Award at a dinner at Waldorf Astoria in New York City. But one of his hobbies includes collecting comic books. If I had known collecting comic books might have garnered me a National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete Award, I might have kept more of my Captain Marvel and Archie comic books.
Big first down by Harvard there, and it's again, you see they're starting to take control. The last series again they had 2 tight ends, and now they've got their 3 wides out.
Too many of the Holy Cross defensive backs, Infante, Roberson, and Smith, too many of them are making too many tackles. First down. Here's Hu across midfield into Holy Cross territory, another 9 yards before Pat Smith. The safety has to bring him down.
You know, offensive linemen as a group aren't real fun-loving people. Mike, you know a lot of them. But this is what makes them happy. They just get to line up, come off the ball, and hit somebody. They're not worried about, protection in all the games defensive linemen can do, rushing the passer. They just have to line up and hit the guy opposite them. They're happy doing that.
He's saying that John Hannah's not a fun-loving guy?
Well, basically I am, yes. I mean, he's happiest when he was hitting somebody. But this is vintage Harvard in the first half, just being able to establish big gains on first down and controlling the tempo of the game with their no-huddle offense and running game.
17-3 Harvard, 7.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. We're in Worcester. Here's Ferrara. He wants to throw on first down. He steps up. He can't find anybody. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He does, and he picks up 5. Brian Regan finally brought him down, but a good job by Ferrara.
We're going to see the scramble by Ferrara here. He drops back. Again, there's good coverage. Holy Cross has had pretty good coverage today, but you see missed tackles. Defenders leaving their feet. And, when you see a quarterback getting positive yards on a play like that, it's really the lack of tackling on the defense's part.
2nd down and 6. Halligan in motion. And the give is to Thompson. Thompson is crushed by J.T. Scott. We could hear that up here.
We're going to see a great hit by J.T. Scott, but also you're going to see is a great hole by the offensive lineman. Fullback laying on the linebacker. Look at that hole. J.T. delivers at the end, but again, it's a 5-yard gain. Another first down. Clock's going. Harvard's got their tempo, and Holy Cross has got to come up with a big play.
163 yards for Quayle Thompson. We still have plenty to play in this one. As Hu battles for another first down or close to it, a flag gets thrown. 2 flags.
There's been a lot of holding calls today. Must be very flagrant, but the only thing that can really stop Harvard now is Harvard, and they're doing it by having the holding penalties. We got a Holy Cross player down on the field. It's Tim Murphy pleading with his players not to hold.
This 3rd quarter has not been, we'll listen to.
Holding on the offense, repeat first down.
Pat Smith is the man down for Holy Cross on the field. The trainers are tending to him right now. We're going to take a pick at the injury and see if we can pick up to see exactly what happened. Smith is 27 in purple.
They're running out of the eye. Just play. Here comes Pat.
Oh, baby. Ran right into Gabe Infante.
That's a headache. Pat's a senior, a co-captain, outstanding football player. But he was on the receiving end of his partner Gabe Infante's hit. Seems like he's okay. He's probably...
He had two brothers, Jim and Kirk, who played football at Harvard. He had a brother that played baseball at St. John's in Minnesota. Another brother that played football at UNH. Also has a sister who's a great athlete. And his dad is a terrific coach out at Deerfield, and he's still coaching out there. Been coaching out there since the world was flat. I think he's been coaching there since like 1960, I think.
Wow. Real athletic family.
Yep.
I'm glad to see Pat being able to jog off the field.
So Harvard has to work a little bit deeper. They start from the 45 on the penalty. And Brian Regan brings down Ian Hu after a pickup of 5. And Hu has to be approaching 100 yards himself, 74.
It's good to see him after missing last week because of a hip injury and having a good opener, rushing for over 70 yards. It's good to see him back and 100%.
2nd and 14 after the holding penalty. Ferrara on play action. Looking for his man. He's got him. First down, Mike Halligan. So Harvard gets the holding penalty yardage back and then some as they move down to the 22-yard line.
Here's the play action. We've seen it all day. Harvard floods the zone. They have 3 receivers on the right side, 1 short, 1 medium, and 1 long. There we see the completion to the guy who ran the intermediate route, but that's all cleared up by the guy running right down the field and clearing that zone out.
And some great blocking by Sean Hansen, Harvard's right tackle, number 76, to give Ferrara the time. Is Ferrara on the option? Ferrara will keep, and he'll get inside the 20. Brian Regan finally on the tackle, but not before Harvard picks up some yardage. Cody and Gargolinsky come back in, which usually means that Harvard's going to tighten it up a bit.
Tim Murphy over there giving the signals.
Something in itself. You have to learn a whole language of hand signals.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a language with your quarterback plus all the substitution. There you do rotate their people, so it's a big job.
Who was down to the 15. Brian Hoffman brought him down. But the clock continues to run. Harvard leads at 17-3. 4:50 to go. 3rd quarter at Fitton Field in Worcester, where Harvard and Holy Cross have had some great games in the past. Here's Hu. Hu has a first down, or close to it. Roberson.
Holy Cross got a good spot that time, Mike. I think it's going to be a little short.
I'm going to watch Murphy here with some of his hand signals.
That one means I don't like the spot.
Kind of easy.
It's going to be 4th and short. It's going to be a tough decision.
Timeout.
He's going to call timeout.
Not a bad call.
Head coaches and quarterbacks have a special relationship. We're seeing it with Bledsoe and Parcells, Mike. It doesn't matter. Parcells is a defensive coach all these years, but now